online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Tragedy in the Northern Valley where a man is dead after being trapped in a grain bin. We'll have more details on that story in just a minute, but let's get you up to date on the weather situation. Large hail and strong winds have been packing a punch in some places. This picture taken from Annetta, North Dakota earlier tonight. Annetta is southwest of Grand Forks. Here in the FM area, the good news is that a storm cell split as it passed over about an hour ago. Bad news is the trouble went to the north. Let's get the very latest from Hutch Johnson. Hutch?
Thanks so much. A live look from our Valley Skycam pointed out to the west more thunder and lightning on the way, so we're not out of the woods yet here in the FM area. Let's take a look at the latest. The most active thunderstorms are on the leading edge, mainly in southeast North Dakota near Gwinner, near Lisbon, and then extending northward toward Bemidji. At this hour, we have some active severe thunderstorm warnings. First and foremost in southeast North Dakota, western Cass County seeing storms developing and continuing to push off to the east. Lisbon and Gwinner, though, a warning is in effect for your area. Now in Ada, this storm warning has just been allowed to expire as that hail has really diminished in intensity. And a report of a funnel cloud from this storm as it moved through or around the Bemidji area by law enforcement there, but the storm seems to be weakening as it moves off to the east. We have a flood advisory until midnight for the FM area for the rain that we received and more on the way from the south and west. The hail down in the southwest quite stout from Oaks through Nicholson and heading towards Foreman right now, about an inch in diameter. As we take a look at the potential through the late night hours, we have a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight. I'll have more details on these storms and your forecast for the 4th of July holiday in a moment.
Pretty important. Thanks.
Yes.
Now let's get back to that grain accident in the northern part of the valley. Emergency crews responded to a business near Arvilla, North Dakota this afternoon on a report of a man trapped inside a bin. Eventually, a body was found and pulled out. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard has been talking with neighbors to try and piece together this tragic incident. She joins us from Grand Forks County live. Callie, what can you tell us?
Yes, hi, Mike. It was indeed a very tragic afternoon for many in this Arvilla neighborhood. I just got off the phone with Sergeant Grabansky with the Grand Forks Sheriff's Department, and he tells me just after 3 o'clock this afternoon, that is when they responded to Columbia Grain in Arvilla, North Dakota. A man was working inside one of the grain bins when he was located and pronounced dead on the scene. I was able to speak with some of the neighbors right next to that facility that tell me nothing like this has happened in their community before.
It's very disturbing that a person that within a block from my house died this afternoon. And it's just hard to comprehend.
Now, many of the neighbors in that neighborhood tell me that they went over when the scene was still active, and some of the people on scene told them that the man was not wearing a harness during that time. This hasn't been confirmed by police as of yet. They also say that they are not saying what his name is. It's not being released at this time as they want to notify the family first. They're also going to be sending a press release out tonight with more information. Stick with Valley News Live as we continue with this developing story. Reporting live in Grand Forks, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
All right, Callie, thanks for that live report. We will continue to follow this story here on Valley News Live and on our website, valleynewslive.com.
People are done shooting off by at least midnight. You usually don't shoot off after that again.
Tomorrow's the big day for fireworks. Some Cass County communities like Harwood and West Fargo allow you to shoot fireworks in city limits. But one person's fun could be a nightmare for others. Valley News Team's Joshua Pagaro explains how important it is to be a good neighbor this 4th of July.
Across our area, you'll be hearing this for the next 2 days. And if you live in West Fargo and Harwood, they'll most likely be going off right in your backyard. Both cities allow fireworks from 8 in the morning until midnight. There are those, however, who rather see that fizzle.
You need to be respectful of other people's need for privacy and for quiet.
A Harwood woman says she's tired of people lighting up fireworks.
There's a cutoff, there's a curfew, and it's midnight, and people need to respect that.
She didn't want to show her identity because she doesn't want to be seen as someone who's causing trouble, but she'll be skipping town Thursday. While shooting fireworks is allowed in city limits on private property, the West Fargo Police Department is encouraging its citizens to be good neighbors and to be mindful that there are small children around and some people have to work on the 5th. Several people doing some last-minute fireworks shopping say being considerate is part of having fun.
I'll just have a great fireworks show tonight. We usually light these off individually, one by one, and then it lasts probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Some were out buying kid-friendly fireworks.
Looks like we got some sparklers and got some little kitty ones to light off that aren't too loud for the kids. So
we don't have any that make big pops. We only have ones that wiggle and sparkle.
Others say their neighbors don't even care.
No, I think it's just fun. Yeah. I think most of our neighbors are pretty cool, so.
And for those who don't know what being a good neighbor means, you can never go wrong following the golden rule. Treat others how you would want to be treated. In West Fargo, Joshua Peguero, Valley News Live.
West Fargo police say if you are lighting fireworks, you must be over the age of 11. And most importantly, you should be considerate of those with post-traumatic stress disorder, like some of our veterans who served in combat. A naked man standing on his pontoon boat on North Turtle Lake east of Underwood, Minnesota, has been arrested for indecent exposure. Otter Tail County authorities say a man and woman were in their home when they saw 59-year-old Michael Blake directly facing their property, fishing about 50 feet from shore. Blake has a history of these types of incidents, including an arrest in 2016. As hot summer weather arrives, the state of North Dakota wants you to be on the lookout for blue-green algae in the water. Officials with the Department of Environmental Quality say blue-green algae can produce toxins which can make people and animals sick if swallowed. That's why officials are urging you to not swim where the algae is present or water is discolored. And don't let pets drink water that has the algae in it. High numbers of Americans are traveling for the 4th of July holiday. AAA is saying it's going to be one for the record books, with projected 49 million Americans expected to travel. That's up about 4% from last year. The TSA anticipates screening more than 12 million people at its checkpoints between tonight and Sunday, with Sunday being the busiest day. But most travelers are expected to drive, and officials say the best bet for missing traffic is to leave tomorrow morning. And if you're one of those millions of people hitting the road, here's a look at the cheapest gas in our area. It looks like Sam's Club is the lowest right now at $2.19. A summer program at the Osgood Golf Course in South Fargo is proving that there's more to golf than bogeys, birdies, and eagles. Around 100 kids whose ages span 5 to 18 love being part of this LPGA Girls Golf Club. And it's the golf pro at the course who is spearheading the excitement.
That's the right amount. Okay, get her lined up. Hang on a second, make sure. Oops. Sorry.
Lisa Schwinden's title at Osgood is head golf pro.
Do it. Break. Oh, that was so close.
It could easily include head cheerleader.
That was such a great putt. All right.
Schwinden has put together something that offers young female golfers a chance not only to discover golf,
Yes, great finish.
but learn how to play this simple yet complicated game.
Golf clap.
Go to the golf course 3 times a week.
This is Paige Pearson's second year in the program, and the 8-year-old says she's loving it.
It's kind of challenging, you try to make it in the hole, and I like challenges. It's really fun.
This is the place, I think, where we can get them to at least feel comfortable, and if they're comfortable, they can come out and practice, and then that's the first steps to doing this for the rest of their life.
Schwinden's goals go well beyond the game itself. They include these young girls taking something with them, something near and dear to her heart.
And I can see the confidence in the girls when they're out here, and they transfer that to the rest of their life. And I think that's the most important thing. And I can't keep it together in college.
It's okay.
Oh,
It's okay.
it's tough. It's tough. Woo! That was.
Lisa says besides the game itself, it's all about building confidence. Have you seen that in your daughter?
I think so. I mean, every year, even this year, with her coming back, this being her second year, she's like, wow, I'm really good. She's just, you can tell her confidence just from the second year.
Pitching, that's my favorite.
Lisa just has a very warm and welcoming personality.
Assistant pro Ashley Bixby says she hopes one day to be the head golf pro at a course herself and describes Schwinden as a phenomenal advocate for all who visit Osgood.
Oh, that'll work. That's a good putt.
You know, this program, along with a lot of our junior programs, all of our instructors are great, and you know, you do the best you can, and we'll try to help you the best we can. And they definitely walk out of here, I think, feeling a lot happier and more confident.
We all know golf is really hard. It's such a hard game anyways, but to see them have success and then transfer it to their life it's really rewarding for us. So that's why I do it. Okay, good caddying right here. All right.
The LPGA Girls Golf Program is for girls only. However, there are many options for boys and girls to participate in. If you think your kids are interested in golf, get a hold of your local course and see what's available.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
Well, some nighttime storms on this 3rd of July, heading into our 4th of July, with a few of those storms that have become severe tonight. Here, looking out to the west from our Valley Skycam, and a little bit of lightning off in the distance continues. Thanks again to all of you sending in photos of tonight's stormy activity in the Amenia area. Danelle capturing this lowering of the cloud here is called a wall cloud. Some of these storms did show signs of rotation on the radar, and definitely a few funnel clouds spotted across the region as we showed you throughout the night. Jordan Billings seeing a shocking sight there. This was near Horace out there driving along, and we have a lot of lightning in southeast North Dakota. And a lot of times the most severe weather has the most abundant lightning. So we have some diminishing thunder shower activity out to the east. Still very stout though from the Cass County area into southeast North Dakota. At this time, the warnings have all been allowed to expire. This little notch of the storm moving to the south at 20 miles per hour, and up here it's moving off to the east at about 15 miles per hour. And storms in western Cass are heading towards Fargo at about 25 miles per hour. That puts them an hour out. A look at the hail from this zone. We do have the strongest hailer down here south of Gwinner. Could be capable of up to 1-inch diameter hail in that cell. Smallish hail from the rest of them, the way things are looking. And across northwest Minnesota from Ada through, say, Nadawash and the Itasca area, Bagley down towards northern parts of Becker County, seeing strong thunderstorm activity. A couple of cells near the Red Lakes area. This line of storms here moving off to the east will be near the Foreman area about now, but heading on towards the Winemere area by 10:50 or so. As we head into the evening hours, these storms will continue to trek eastward. And again, there was that funnel cloud sighted not far from Bemidji. That storm right there has really fallen apart at this particular time. It's cool up in Devil's Lake, 59 degrees, refreshing air on the way, still a little muggy, and mid-70s as we head into the overnight in Lakes Country. Hour-by-hour forecast shows the storm threat between now and midnight does continue, particularly in southeast North Dakota where the juicy, unstable air continues. That's going to be replaced by some much drier air, and as we cool off overnight, some patchy fog possible. It looks like most of the thunderstorm activity should be done by around 3 to 4 a.m. with any luck at all. That leaves us with a great start to your 4th of July. Temperatures will be cooler. It should be less muggy as well. I cannot rule out in the afternoon some spotty thunder shower activity in our south and western counties in southeast North Dakota, but otherwise it looks like a fairly quiet evening for most of your outdoor activities on your 4th of July. Your hometown forecast shows 70s for everyone, where we see the deep reds in the valley, a chance at an 80-degree reading. Let's light off that 4th of July nighttime fireworks forecast for Fargo-Moorhead. Temperatures in the 70s. I can't rule out thunderstorms, but it really is a very low chance. Another storm cloud, this one from the weekend event near the War Road area. Sharon, thanks for uploading your photo. As we close out the 4th, heading into Friday, the work weekends with spotty storms. Then as we go into Saturday and Sunday, it looks dry for the weekend. Perfect temperature, 75 to 80 degrees, Mike, for golfing or fishing or whatever you want to get outdoors and do. The storm chances, by the way, do return next week.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Up next on Valley News Live 10 at 10, getting ready to hit the road for a lake or pool adventure this 4th of July. How bacteria is monitored to keep you safe in the water.